welcome to Hedgehog Hollow. We're on day 2 of our new catalogue launch, and today I'm staying on page 14, and I'm just going to carry on from where we left off yesterday. So yesterday we made in day 1 this hip hip hooray tag that could go on a gift box. Or we actually did ours as a standalone tag, which I have right here. Let me just grab it over. Here, oh. One of my more's just fallen off. I'll stick that back on a second. So that's what we made yesterday. And we're going to turn it into this really cute card. And we're going to be using this pop-up insert for our cards, like so. So we're going to be using that as our case of the catalogue today. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm just going to do is a quick repair, because these things happen. I'm just going to stick my more back on again. There we go. And let's put our catalogue just to the side. So the first thing you're going to need to do is take half a sheet of A4 and fold it in half for our card base. And this is A4, not 8.5 by 11, so you may need to adjust your measurements slightly if you're in America. You can make your tag slightly shorter if you need to. And the first thing we're going to do is take the Bermuda Bay sequins. And I'm going to cut off, I don't know, let's see how long that's probably enough there. So that's about 27 centimetres, but I've just done it by eye. Snip those off, and we're going to staple them on just to have a pretty little dangle on the top. So I'm just folding them in half, and I'm stapling them on like that. And in the catalogue they also use some of the gold ones. I haven't got any of those, so I'm just going to use the Bermuda Bay for now. I'm just going to then pop my snail all the way over the back. Like so. And we're just going to stick that down on our card base. And that's going to be the front of our card. There we go. And in the catalogue, they've chosen a white card, but because I chose to use the tag that we'd made yesterday, I decided that the crumb cake just looked a better look for the inside. Now the next thing we need to do is prepare our top and bottom corners. And for that, we're going to be using the square confetti with our Bermuda Bay. And then we're going to use our rich raspberry, our old olives, our melon mambo, and our pumpkin pie with the confetti sprinkle stamp. So I'm just going to open all of these up just for a second. So that's the first thing we need to do. And just at the top of the screen, if I put it forward, you'll see I've got my Stampin' Scrub, just so I can quickly scrub off between colours. To the side. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my Bermuda Bay and my square, and I'm just going to stamp a few around. So I'm just going to pop that one to the side. And then I'm going to take my other colours and I'm going to ink it up with one colour. Give it a quick scrub. Move on to my next colour. And all I'm trying to do is get a nice peppering of colours all the way around. So that's our raspberry and our old olive done. I'm just going to put those to the side because we're a bit crowded. And this is our melon mambo and our pumpkin pie. So we'll take our melon mambo. And then we're going to take a quick scrub off. And then we're going to just finally do our... Oh, that's the wrong colour. Like that. And actually you're going to cover up some of this so you won't see it when you're finished. So if it looks a bit crowded or there's a bit you don't like, don't worry. You're going to cover actually quite a lot of it up. So we've done that. I'm just going to put all of those away except for our rich raspberry, which we'll use in a moment. And the next thing we're going to do is our pop-up happy birthday. So we'll just pop this to the side. And we're going to use the other half of our pop-up party thinlits with this happy birthday. And all I've taken, this is a quarter piece of A4. You could do the same with 8.5 by 11. and I folded it in half. And what you do is you line up this point here and the top of this candle in the middle, and that's your center line. So you need to line that up with your center fold. And I've just run it through the big shot so you can see there on the reverse. And I'm now going to peel this off, and let's hope it all goes okay. I'm going to peel that off like that. There's just a couple little pieces left behind, which I'll pop out. You could use your brush as well if you've got one to hand. And then I've got a piece the same size. So this is 1/4 A4, and this is pumpkin pie. And I'm going to stick the two down, but I don't want to stick this center section because I want it to pop up. So what I decided to do was snail up my edges like I normally would. Then I snailed in between each area here, and again at the bottom. And then I took my fine tip glue pen, if I just screw that top off there, and I just did a tiny little dot here to keep those down, and I just did a little bit on each end, just because I find that this you can get right into the corners, like so. And if you're worrying if you can hear the baby, it's alright, Daddy is there. She's not just been left on her own. And then we're going to stick this onto our pumpkin pie, and we want to line this up quite carefully. And you'll notice in the catalogue they've actually used one of the new designer series papers, but we haven't been able to pre-order that one, so I'm just using the plain cardstock. And then we're going to fold in half, the same fold line as our Whisper White. We're going to fold, and we're going to mark it up with our bone folder, so we get a nice crease to go in the centre of our cards, nice crisp. And we're going to do the same with our Happy Birthday. Just going to fold that down there so it folds nicely. That one doesn't have to be as crisp, you don't need to use your bone folder. And there we go, so that's our insert. And we need to pop our sentiment on. So I'm just going to grab that here, and I pre-stamped it onto my Stampin' Jig. So I'm going to lay that out flat. I'm going to line it up where I want it. Sending many wishes your way. I did smudge it slightly as I picked it up, so just being careful not to get my rich raspberry fingers on it. We'll ink back up our stamp. Stamp that down. And you see that then nicely sits in the corner. And the next thing we need to do is put this inside of our card base. So again, I'm just going to, and I'm using probably a bit more snail than I usually would, but this is actually quite heavy to stick in the middle. And what I find is if you fold this in half, fold your card quite a lot in half, hopefully you can see this one quite well, centre it on the page, and then just close the card up and stick it down that way. If you do it if you stick it down when the card is open, you won't get a nice fold. It'll always protrude slightly upwards and it'll never sit how you want it to. So you can see that one there. And then the very last thing I want to do is, in the catalogue they use the silver sequins for a bow, which I haven't got, but I have got the thin silver ribbon. This is the 1/8 ribbon. And I'm just going to make myself up a bow very quickly. There we go. We'll cut our ends reasonably long on that one. And we also need our glue dots out of our box. We'll just put that over here. And we're going to stick that down like that. And that's our finished card. So there we go. And that's our finished card. So that's it for today. Join us again for day 3 of our new catalogue launch, when I'll be showing you how to make another product from the catalogue. And don't forget to click below the video in the bottom right, and that'll take you a link to the blog with all of your cutting instructions as well as a link to my shop if you need to buy any of the supplies. And I hope you have a happy day and happy stamping. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.